Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. For my first ever video, I am going to be doing my makeup. My name is McKinley and I am from Salyersville, Kentucky. A lot of family members and friends, I always get compliments on how my makeup looks. I do simple makeup. I don't do dramatic looks is kind of what I would call it. I'm going to show you guys my products first, what I use, and then I'll go into detail and show you guys how I do my makeup. So right now I have this lotion on. Right now, especially during the weather changes, my skin is very, very dry, and sometimes whenever I do my foundations, my face tends to get blotchy in those areas where my face is very dry. So I got this from our local dollar store. I think I paid maybe $2 or $3 for it. It has a very refreshing smell to it, but this is very great. I don't do any kind of primer or anything like that. If anything, I just do this lotion and then I put my foundation over top of it. Next one, I'm going to show you what I do. This is the concealer that I use. It is from Younique. It is a makeup company. I'm not sure what the shade of it is, but I think that it's the lightest shade that they have. And then I use my beauty blender with it. I am a mom of 2, so as you can tell, I have the dark circles around my eyes. I feel extremely tired. So this concealer covers up a lot of things, and it's something very good to use. This concealer I put underneath my eyes, and then if I have any kind of acne flare up, you can kind of see a little bit of it here around my forehead. I've got a few places here on my cheeks and things. This is really good to kind of cover it up, especially if it's really red. But I used that. The foundation that I use, I got it from Amazon, believe it or not. I don't like to spend a whole lot of money on the big brand named makeups, so this is the foundation that I use. It is called TLM Foundation Color Changing Adjusting Naked All Day Flawlessness. It does have an SPF of 15. What I like about this is it goes really great with my skin tone, and it's not cakey feeling. It's not a dry powder feeling. It comes in a pump. You can see here. It comes out completely white. As you start blending it in with your face, it changes color. You'll see that in the video once I start. It had a lot of great reviews on it, and a lot of my friends that I've talked to, they've been dying to try it. They wanted me to try it first. So I've been using it roughly a month now, and it's one of my most favorite foundations that I've used. And I also apply it with just a normal brush. You can apply it with your fingers. You can apply it with a sponge if you have one. Anything that you have, you can apply it. It doesn't really change the difference of how it looks. After that, the way that it kind of feels on my skin kind of feels like lotion. Sometimes it takes a little bit to dry. So I use this brush, and then I got this from Amazon as well. the loose face powder. I've heard a lot of recommendations on this, so I went ahead and I bought it for myself. It doesn't have a smell. It is translucent powder, and it just helps to smooth everything out, kind of dry it up a little bit faster, especially if I'm on the go and I'm needing to leave within 15 minutes. It's very great for something like that. For my blush, I use this blush brush. It is broke, but it is my favorite brush, so I still use it. The blush that I use is from Clinique. The color is Mocha Pink. It has lasted me a while, as you can see. It is a great color, especially if you have the type of skin tone that I do. Right now, I'm not tanning outside, and I don't use any kind of self-tanner or anything, so I'm basically really white, very pale. So this color looks really good for skin tones of pale people. It will also work really with anybody, I would say, but it's definitely my favorite powder for blush, for sure. I also go over it. I am back and forth between which ones that I use. This is Hoola Benefit. It is a little bit of a bronzer. And this is Show Me Your Cheeks. It's a blush. And the color of it is peach pink. It has a little bit of a shimmer and a shine to it, if you can kind of see that. Sometimes I use it, I kind of go back and forth with these two, but sometimes I even just say heck with it and I use my Clinique, and that's about it with that. What I do next is my eyes. I am not the person to already have my eyes done before I do my makeup. That could be something that's a little odd, but it works out for me. Around Christmas, I got the Kylie Jenner eyeshadow palette. This has been my favorite by far. Here it tells you the names of the colors of the palette. This is what I've been using lately because it's got a lot of nudes. It's got a lot of glitters and shimmer colors in it. It does also have a dark, especially if you are the type that likes to do a dark corner or a dark crease. But lately though, I've been sticking with a lot of the neutral tones, usually about these in here. After I do that, I usually try and I go ahead and I do this a few times on my eyelashes. If you guys can't tell, they are stick straight. They don't hardly hold curl. But with this mascara, I've tried a lot of mascaras over the years. I started wearing makeup whenever I was in middle school, I believe. My mom introduced me to this brand. It's called Thrive Cosmetics. This is the Liquid Lash Extensions. If you are looking for a good mascara, this is something that I definitely recommend. After I use my eyelash curler and then I do this, it gives me unbelievable results with my eyelashes, me knowing how long that they are and how stick straight that they usually are. But if you are in the market for a new mascara, something that you want to try, I do definitely recommend this. This has been the best thing that I've used by far. If you guys have any kind of questions, you can definitely leave any kind of comment that you want to. Definitely subscribe to my channel. and let people know about my channel, what I do. When you go to my channel on YouTube, I left a little description about myself and about my family. This is something that I've had a passion for a while. I am a stay-at-home mom, and I have 2 boys, so I have a lot of time on my hands most of the time. In my free time, this is something that I like to do. I guess that's why it takes me a while for me to get ready, because I take my time and I make sure that I'm satisfied with how my makeup looks before I kind of leave the house. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get started. So what I like to do with my, sorry about that, I almost forgot my concealer. So this concealer, it doesn't take a lot of this. You guys can go and search up Younique. I used to sell it, but some things have gotten in the way, so I don't sell that anymore. So this is just leftover of what I still use from what I was selling. This is about the amount that I put on one eye. If you guys can tell and look, I have very dark circles underneath here, and I try and hide those as good as I can. I also try and do my eyelashes a little bit to or my eyelid a little bit, just so that I can get a little bit of a base color. Sometimes what I've been doing lately is when I do this on my eyelids, sometimes I don't even do any eyeshadow, so that could be something that I might do. I might wait and see once I get to start doing my eyeshadow to see exactly what I want to do. So I put it on the top. You can kind of put it anywhere you really want to, but for underneath your eyes, not getting too close to your eye, but as close as you can, I do the top of it where it's really pointy. So I kind of just dab just a little bit, and then I come down just a little bit, and then I start wiping just a little. I don't know, y'all, if it's just me or if other women do this when they get ready, but I do apologize. I make the craziest faces ever was. But whatever helps you to look good, I guess, is all that matters. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more, and I'm going to do my other eye now. Same thing again. Kind of, you just dab it around just a little bit. You can kind of see kind of where your dark circles start. So I kind of get as good as I can. I start to dab just a little bit just to get the product out better on my face. And I'm going to do my eyelid a little bit underneath. If you guys notice me looking down, I am recording with my camera plus my phone. I don't really want to look away from you all because I do have a big mirror that's in front of me, but I seem to be doing a little bit better using my camera on my phone. So if you can see me looking down a lot, that's where I'm looking at, but I'll try my best to keep my eyes focused on you all through my camera. So that's about that. Hopefully you guys can tell a little bit of a difference. It changes especially whenever you're out in the sunlight. I'm going to put a little bit around my face just because I have a lot of acne going on. And then we'll be done with the concealer. So as you can see, I have a lot of acne through here. I think I've been stressed out a lot over this coronavirus going around. So I believe that that's why I have a lot of breakouts right now. Usually though, I don't have really bad breakouts, but lately I have been. And the best thing that works for me, especially whenever I have a breakout, I'm sure that you guys will probably ask questions and stuff about what I do with mine. I usually try and just leave them alone and just let them do their thing. I don't really like picking at them unless it's a very bad bump, but I usually just let it do their thing, and that's about it. So now I'm going in with my foundation. I do one pump to do my whole face. As you can see, it's white, very white. It starts to change once you start working it in with your skin, and I guess it kind of activates with your body's temperature. I believe that's how it is. But there it is. It's white. It really kind of looks like lotion. It really just gives a very light coverage, I think. It is buildable to where if you need more coverage for anything, you can pump it again, put it on your face again. But usually though, for me, I do about this size, and I do a little bit here on my neck, and then the rest goes on my face, and then this is usually enough. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. As you can see, it's white. I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm sure this being my first video that I've probably talked a lot. And I do apologize for that. Hopefully I'll get a little bit better at this. Sorry, I keep looking down. If you was to decide to get this foundation, I'm going to kind of let you know kind of how it feels on my skin. Like I said before, kind of feels like lotion. It doesn't, I don't think it has bad smell. Some people have talked about how it does. I don't think that it does. Maybe that's just me. I don't really know. But that's that with the foundation. So now I'm going to go in with a little bit of this over top of it just to kind of seal it and to help it dry a little bit better. I tap it a couple times. This is kind of what the lid looks like, if you guys can see. I dab it just a little bit and I knock the excess off, and then I just kind of go in circles and I just kind of rub it everywhere. A little bit on my nose. Do it again. Tap it off. Go here. One more time. Okay, there's that. Now, onto the blush. So I kind of swirl this around just a little bit. I am not very good at like contouring or anything like that, so that's something that I'm not doing in this video. It's just something that I can't do. But just to give my cheeks a little bit of color, I go up like this, and then I just kind of circle a little bit. Sometimes I kind of try and look, especially in the mirror, kind of see how it looks. Sometimes I could add a tad bit more, just so I'm not so pale looking. I do not contour, but usually with the contour palette, I kind of go up and around up here at my hairline and a little on my forehead. And then underneath my chin on both sides. Now, sometimes I'll go back up here, do that. So now you guys can see how really bright it is here. And then those blush is usually there. So sometimes I believe I'm going to go with this one instead of my bronzer. But with this one, since it has a little bit of shimmer, I don't necessarily highlight, but I'm going to do this a little bit here on my cheeks. And then I'm going to use the side of it just to kind of get a little bit of glitter going here where you would highlight. And I do kind of like a circular motion, and then I go up. Then after that, sometimes I'll kind of just go over this and kind of pat it a little bit. And so that's it on that. Something that I did forget to mention, and this will probably happen a lot, my eyebrows, I use this pencil. It comes from Ulta. The color is soft brown. It's just a eyebrow pencil. It's got the brush on one side, and then this will twist up. There's a fuzz on it, sorry. So, as you can see, my eyebrows are dark and then they go light here. So when I use this, it'll help to even out all of the color. So I kind of go up in strokes and then down just a little bit. I'm sure that you guys can see in the video that my eyebrows are bad. I hardly ever get them done, unless I go and get my hair done, which is usually not very often. So hopefully y'all don't mind with that. So that's really about all that I do. As you can see, I'll kind of get up close. Right in through here, I've got dry patches. I told you that this is kind of what it does. Sometimes if I still notice this before I leave the house, I'll kind of get a little washcloth, kind of scrub it just a little bit, and then I'll put a little tiny dab of foundation and then the loose powder over top, and that usually helps. Usually I shower and I scrub my face, so usually when I do that and then the next day I do makeup, it tends to do a little bit better when I do that, but I've not done that today. So that's why that kind of looks like that. So I'll go ahead in this video and I'll show you doing my eyeshadow. So I think for today, kind of to match my shirt, I think I'll just do a simple silver over my eyelid, just a little shimmer. Most of the time when you guys see me in my videos, I will have this silver on usually, or a gold shimmer, or I will do a nude. I don't really do any of the dark eyeshadows. It's just something that I prefer, something that I just don't like, but it's pretty on everybody else. So I'm going to go ahead and go in just a couple times, dabbing on it, and usually I will blow a little bit of the excess off so that it doesn't fall on my face. And I'll kind of just do this, and then in circular motions I'll kind of just go around my eye a little bit. When I do this silver, I kind of just don't really worry about it. I don't try and do too much of it. It's fine. A little goes a long way. So if you can kind of see the shimmer just a little bit, that's really about all that I do there. I do not do any kind of eyeliner or anything like that. It's just something that I prefer. I've never been good at eyeliner, so if you are good at it, that is amazing. If you have any kind of tips for that, you can definitely comment on this video, or if you want to shoot me a message on Facebook, or I'm trying to get on Instagram. I've never been on it before. So anyways, just shoot me a message, shoot a comment on here. We're going to go ahead a couple times and we're going to curl the lashes. You can see that they are good and curled. And I'll close my eyes and I'll just kind of hold really firm for maybe 3-4 seconds. And then I'll come, you can see a little bit that it does a little bit, but my eyelashes are just super long and they just don't curl. So it's just something that just doesn't really bother me anymore. So I kind of just try and do my own thing. That's about it. That didn't really do anything. I'm gonna do this one more time. Okay. I'm gonna go in, do a couple swipes. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I was talking about with the Thrive mascara. So I kind of blink a couple times. You can definitely see once I start getting this makeup on how my eyelashes are. If my eyelashes would curl, it would do 100 times better, but they just don't. And that's just something that I'm just used to. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna finish up this other eye. And again, I really hope I'm not the only girl out there that does these weird faces whenever I'm getting ready. Then we're gonna go do the underneath ones. And then do this one. I'm sure you can see, especially up close, that I got some of it on my eyelids. I usually just use a Q-tip. And I'll be straightforward with you. I do lick it and then I go over my eyelids. It's just something that I've always done. Gonna go over my eyelashes a couple times. And then I just, if it takes off some of my eyeshadow, I just go back and just do just a little bit more. And there's that. And that's really getting ready with me. If you guys have any kind of questions, feel free to comment on this video. I hope that I didn't take too long, especially it being my first video. Once you guys get to know me, I'm kind of shy, but I've been trying to get out of that kind of phase. So, if you guys have any kind of questions about the makeup that I use, all you have to do is just comment, and I'll try and comment everybody back that I can. Be looking for some more videos. I've had a lot of people to ask me how I curl my hair, which right now it is just braided. This is just something that I do before I go to bed. I just braid it and then I let the braid loose whenever I go and I lay down. today I did not curl my hair or anything, so be on the lookout for that, the next video on how I curl my hair. It might be a little bit long, but everybody just bear with me. But I wanted to thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to click that subscribe button and tell all your family and friends. See ya.